Welcome to another edition of the Hoop Scoop. I'm Jarret Johnson, and the Red Raiders are looking to bounce back from a 14-point loss to Gonzaga, a top 5 team. There's no shame in that loss, especially since Terrence Shannon was unavailable. I mean, you don't have your best player going against, probably a Final Four team. It's going to be a tough day for you. The Red Raiders showed a lot of fight. They even cut it to, I think, 2 points with about, I don't know. It was early in the second half, but still. They showed some fire. They showed some competitiveness. In the end, Gonzaga, they were just too explosive. They knocked down a bunch of threes. And, the game got away from the Red Raiders. But still, some players stepped up. I thought Clarence Nadolny had one of his best games in his Tech career. I thought Adonis Arms showed some things, some of his versatility. As Monty Joe said recently, he's going to need to be one of the primary ball handlers. And, I think he does a pretty good job. He sees the floor well. He is a good ball handler. And he can create off the dribble, too. And, he has enough of an outside shot for sure. He's shooting a pretty good percentage right now. I think over 40%. That, opposing defenses have to respect that. So we'll see how he, progresses. But up next, Texas Tech takes on Eastern Washington, 1 p.m. Wednesday here in Lubbock. Eastern Washington, I think they're 6-5. They played, I think there's one common opponent, Omaha. I think Tech won by 54. Eastern Washington won by 12. So it's a little bit of a difference. Eastern Washington has a 6'7" sniper who can really fill it up. His name is Steele Venters. And, he's shooting a really nice percentage from deep, and he shoots a lot. His last game, he was actually only 1 for 5. But other than that, you see like 5 makes here, 4 makes there, The guy's a good 3-point shooter. He's got some size to him, so you got to look out. And then they actually have a native Texan, and I want to make sure I get this right. Probably not, but Linton Eccles, he's a forward from Humble, Texas. He averages 15 and 7. He's a good player. So, they have some good players. Now, they were a different team, don't get me wrong, different roster, but this is the same program that played Kansas really tough in the first round of the NCAA tournament last year. They had a lead for most of the game before the Jayhawks pulled away, but I think they had a double-digit lead in the second half. So, Eastern Washington isn't going to be scared of Texas Tech, even though, like I said, it's a different roster. But the Red Raiders should win. They should win going away. They should win by, something between 15 and 20. As they, continue to get ready for, Big 12 play. They have one more game after this. They host Alabama State, who's terrible, on the 28th. But then they open up Big 12 play at home against Oklahoma State on, the first of the year, January 1st. So, Red Raiders need to handle the business, get healthy, get Shannon back. He's got those back spasms. They can, pick up a couple of wins, be 10-2 going into conference. That's good. And then, if they could open up conference with obviously a home win against Oklahoma State, that'd be a great start. So everything's still right out in front of Texas Tech. It was a frustrating loss to Gonzaga, but to give you an idea of, how much respect people had for them despite the loss, the double-digit loss. They were 25th going into that game, and new rankings came out, and Texas Tech's still in the top 25. So, there's no shame in losing to Gonzaga, especially without your best player. So, I think there's still a lot of reason for enthusiasm. Now, look, Texas Tech right now has some problems. I'm not going to harp on it, but I got to mention it. The lack of a true point guard hurts. McCullough has been okay, but he's not. I know he didn't want to hear this, but he's not a true point guard. He's just not. He's a very good, in my opinion, like glue guy, but like extraordinary glue guy, like Grant Hill type, where he can be a secondary ball handler, but I just don't think he's not a very good primary ball handler. They need a real point guard. So Nadolny stepping up helps. Let's see if he can continue to do so. And then it is trite, but they need to shoot better. They're just not shooting the ball well enough right now. So if they can, up their, especially from deep, up their percentage where they start shooting better, this team's going to become a lot better, a lot more of a dangerous team than the Big 12. So, we'll see what they do. Right now they are athletic, they're long, they're very good defensively. So that's going to win a lot of ball games. Let's see if they can take another step. So see what they do. If they handle their business against Eastern Washington Wednesday and then Alabama State, open up Big 12 play, and then it's on after that. So can't wait. Thank you for watching, and until next time.